To the post-game press conference after the match between Angola and China with the final score of 78-83. I have with me now Coach Jose Claros Canals and player Leonel Paulo from Angola. We start with statements from both coach and player before we open up the room for questions from the media. Leonel, please share your thoughts on the game tonight with us.
¿Qué es lo que piensas?
Thank you.
You want to translate?
Sure.
¿Qué es lo que piensas de jogo?
Coach translate, yeah?
Yeah. Não vai muito rápido.
Hoje não conseguimos ter a mesma competência defensiva que costumamos ter.
Today we didn't have the same consistency on defense like we used to have.
Foi um dia em que só conseguimos jogar bem o primeiro período e metade do segundo período.
We only play well the first 10 minutes and half of the second.
Quando terminamos, né, no intervalo e tínhamos 45 pontos sofridos,
on the half court they scored 45. On the half time.
Nós pensámos que se nós defendêssemos o jogo terminava a 90 e nós não, em momento algum durante a preparação de vir aqui para o Campeonato do Mundo esperamos sofrer 90 pontos de qualquer equipa.
And we never expect to get 90 points from anybody. And today, at halftime already, they have 45.
Hoje as coisas não correram como nós esperávamos. Esses dias acontecem. Vamos tirar mais uma lição, um dia de aprendizado.
These things sometimes happen. We're going to take a lesson for the future, like a learning lesson.
Para aquilo que era o nosso objetivo, as coisas dependiam até antes do jogo de nós. Agora nós não sabemos, vamos esperar os jogos das Filipinas contra South Sudan.
The things are still not, we don't know exactly what's going to happen on the next game, Philippines and South Sudan, but we don't know if we are going to depend on ourselves for the Olympic qualification.
Se a Filipinas ganhar, as coisas vão continuar a depender de nós e nós vamos, né, no sábado, jogar contra South Sudan para alcançar aquele que é o nosso objetivo.
If Philippines win South Sudan, we're still going to fight for our goal, that is to get the Olympics.
Agora as coisas já não dependem totalmente de nós, mas nós vamos trabalhar, vamos continuar firmes e vamos esperar, vamos ver até às 10 da noite.
But we're going to wait
em que situação é que estaremos.
And seeing what is going to be our situation, but we're going to keep going straight.
Thank you, Leonel. Coach, your thoughts on the game?
Well, I think, as he say, we start pretty good defensively, and after 15 minutes, I start to felt that the atmosphere was not the correct one, and I told them this on the halftime, and I think that I continue seeing this, a part of that, the side of that. They play zone defense. We struggle against zone defense. We didn't shoot well, we didn't attack well, but also our defense was not good enough to keep that consistency that Leo was talking about. So I forgot, but it's a good win for China. I want to congratulate them, and also Coach Sasha, because I think that they do a very, very good job. Even on the losses that they had on the past, I see a very good work for him and his staff.
Excuse me. I would like to open up the room for questions from the media now. We have one up here. Can we get a microphone?
Hi, Evan Harding, FIBA World Basketball. Coach, Angola obviously has a great history, whereas South Sudan is one of the newer teams. What are the challenges of building a team and keeping up the legacy of Angolan basketball, knowing that there are other African teams that are chasing you?
Well, I think that it's interesting what you're mentioning, because it's true that the history is saying that Angola was a top team in Africa. But most of the countries, they develop very, very well. Most of the countries, they export their players to Europe and the States. or even Australia, like South Sudan. In our case, Angola competition 25 years ago started to be very, very strong, very, very good, and they pay very well at that time. So the players, they didn't go out. So there is very, very limited number of players that are playing out of Angola. And now we are starting to see that some of them, they are playing outside, abroad, but still. Then our reality is that we have 12 teams on the first division, first and one division. There is no more divisions. And from the first division, only 3 teams, they are professional. The others are not professional. We're talking about that we have 1,000 licenses around that in the whole country. And we are trying to develop Angolan basketball from the ground. So the federation is creating different basketball schools around the country, because all the teams except 2 that they are sponsored for the federation are from same city, from the capital, Luanda. So we're trying to expand this and see that in the future we can get more players, more license, more teams, more refs, more coaches, all of this, And it's clear that the other teams are chasing on us, but I think that this is not our battle. Our battle is to develop, to get better, and try to see if in the near future these players they continue to compete on the maximum level, but knowing that some of them, on this case, they are not pros, or they're playing in second divisions in small leagues in Europe, or they don't have minutes, so this is their time to develop. So these kind of games, they should be very, very good for them in order to gain this experience. And if we are lucky to qualify for the Olympics, it's going to be very important for their future, for sure, too.
Any more questions? Yes, over here.
Takashi Aoki, Yahoo News. So you said you guys are a really young team, and today, especially second half, showed some inexperience today.
Who?
Your team showed a little inexperience, especially in the second half.
Well, yeah, I could say that, but I don't want to say that. You know what? Because we bet for that. So if you're going to play with youngs, we cannot put the excuse that this is because they are young. I think this is not the problem. The problem is that we didn't attack well the zone. The problem is that our attitude defensively was not the correct one. And this is something that we are going to see on the video. When I see defense and I see the team, I don't see the age of my players. And I don't see when we are missing the shot from outside, I don't see the age. I only see if it's a good shot or bad shot, and if we make it or not. And it looks we are not making a lot of good open shots too. Thank you.
We have time for one more question. Yes, in the back, please.
Coach, could you talk about Childun now? He was the first Angolan player to make 7 or more assists in his games for like the past 30 years. Could you talk about his mentality and your impression of him against taller players?
Yeah, I think Childe is a special player because during all his career, he has been all the time in Angola. He's not playing, let's say, a professional competition, and he has a big heart. He's trying to give his best all the time. He got good mentality. But again, it's his first experience abroad, abroad in this kind of level. And I think that he's showing that he's going to be important for our future. Even his size, that is supposed to be a problem. I think that in Asia you have players like Nakamura, Togashi, or him, that they are very good players even of their size. So I think it's important that people like him because some of these guys that they are different and they are special, they deserve to do what they're doing. Now, well, let's see how he recovers because he's not only on offense and on the assist. I think that this guy is giving all out on defense. He's pressing full court. He's giving. I mean, he never quit one possession of defense. You never see him relax, and this is an example that I think all the other players should follow. Thank you.
Thank you, Coach. This concludes the first part of the press conference. We will be back with Team China shortly.